What's going on, guys? Andrew with Pride. We got Joe Nelson here. We are going to answer the age-old question of, do you need steroids or do you need blood work? So, we've talked about this a few times where it's like, people think like, not to make too direct of a pun, but juice is just some secret sauce basically, and that's the only reason that they haven't been getting results. And the reality is that's not true. Oftentimes it can be your diet is fucked, your sleep is fucked, you're too stressed, you're training like shit. There can be so many different things that go into it. But I think one of the less talked about things is blood work. And that's something you and I have talked about a few times, and I know how much you actually understand about this, and I would just love to hear you talk about that, man. Kind of give us some of that depth.
Sure. One of the biggest problems I've seen is guys, they either want to be a bodybuilder, so at a very young age they hop on juice, or the other aspect is they wait till their 30s. They start feeling lethargic. The sex drive goes down. They're not happy, even though life is amazing. It just comes down to your hormones. And when I get the question of should I start juice or not, as soon as I get that question, the answer is always no. Like, if you have to ask, you're not ready, right?
No kidding.
And why are you doing it? Why do you want to take it? Is it because you want to look better, feel better, or do you truly need it for those other two reasons? Do you have a deficiency somewhere, right? The thing that I found most is a lot of guys, honestly, just want the muscle growth.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you don't need it. You really don't. It's better to focus on diet and exercise and recovery, which is mostly going to be sleep. Yeah. Because if you don't have those three, steroids are going to do nothing for you. So I go through a place called Premier Hormone Health on Instagram. That's their at. They're amazing guys. Levi definitely takes care of you.
And just to clarify, guys, he's not sponsored by them. So this is actually a legit, he believes in this company. Can you kind of tell us about your specific experience with them? What actually did you get out of it from working with them?
Yeah, so what I got out of it was, one, staying on top of my blood work, which as a bodybuilder,
what were you noticing that made you do it?
To get with them?
Yeah.
Oh, so as a young male, just going through the motions of being a bodybuilder, there's certain things you have to do and take, and there's repercussions. Knock on wood, I've always been good because I've always been conservative. Right. I've always, the littlest amount possible is the best, right? If you get the most out of a little, you don't need a lot.
Least amount possible to still get the result.
Yep. And ultimately, the whole reason behind that is because I want to live till I'm 80, right? Yeah. No reason to push anything crazy. But I went to them because I needed someone to be on top of my blood work other than me. I mean, I could read blood work to an extent. Most of the time, they give you ranges. It's green to red. Yeah. As a bodybuilder, you have a lot more ranges that are red, that are in the red, that are okay, ironically, because of the range that it's in. Yeah. Whenever you get blood work, FYI, they all have different ranges. So it may say you're out of range for something, when in reality, you could be in range. It's the type of test. Yeah.
They also something else to for anybody watching is going to your GP and getting some blood work done, that's fine and everything like that, but you've got to understand they're going off of very generic numbers, and usually they're pretty outdated, whereas companies like this where they actually specialize in just hormone health, and you're able to talk to someone and say, well, here's what I'm doing and here's why this range might not apply. That's one of the biggest things too, is your fucking goal is different. Your hormones aren't going to be quote perfect, because your goal right now involves not having perfect hormones.
Exactly.
So what did you actually notice in your blood work that you were like, oh cool, I can correct this now?
Definitely my hemoglobin was a little out of range. And that's usually towards the end of my cycle. And to be honest, I don't run anything too drastic, just kind of the bread and butter, you could say. So between testosterone alone, I mean, you may see your hematocrit go up a little bit, but other than that, as long as you're being safe, and there's no safe way to do this, by the way. There's no safe way. No matter what. But when you're with Premier, you have a doctor and you have a nurse that look over everything. For me, it really helped me with, realizing how I feel. Because before I got with Premier, I'd have ups and downs, rough ups and downs. I'd have times where I'd be watching a commercial with my girlfriend and I'd just start crying, because, there's puppies that need to be adopted, and got to the point where I realized something was up. You can't just take anti-estrogen your whole life, which I was doing. I was taking Arimidex every day.
Wow.
Yeah. Even when I wasn't on. Yeah.
No wonder you're crying at the puppies.
Yeah, man. Estrogen was gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Or it was super high and my test was gone.
Yeah, that's something else people don't understand, too, is that you need estrogen.
Yes. You need estrogen. Yeah. And even females need testosterone.
Yeah.
All my clients, if, they're over a certain age, I always recommend them to get their hormones checked. Yeah. Because I have a client now. She wasn't making that much progress. Got her hormones checked. She was... Every hormone you could think of was out of whack. Oof. And she was going through menopause. So, of course. But we got that back on track, and now she's making progress again.
Hell yeah.
Literally, I told her I'd take you on as a client if you take this issue head on first.
Yep.
And she took on first, and then now we're just going to get her ready for her next show, Yep. But it's... The one thing I don't want people to think this is like a... get steroids legally.
Yeah. No, and it's like that's the thing is like truthfully, if anybody's thinking that, like, you shouldn't, because it's like you with the like seeing puppies and stuff like that and crying, like I mean, fuck, dude, like because I was taking some medication or whatever.
Sure,
bro. It got to the point where this is full transparency, guys, because this shit fucking happens and like nobody talks about this.
No,
my sex drive was in the fucking tank.
Yep.
I've stopped waking up with morning wood, like all these different things, and then like I remember like having this realization. I don't know what it was, but I like woke up one day and was like, I cannot remember the last time I woke up with morning wood.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, that means my testosterone's low. Yep. Like I fucking went and got it. I stopped taking the medication because it wasn't like a life altering thing.
Of course, yeah.
And my fucking testosterone came back up to normal, and I'm functioning like a fucking 20-year-old again.
Yep.
But like it's all these weird little things, your mood, your energy, your sex drive, like like juice isn't the fix. Sometimes it's just a matter of like, God, dude, the amount of people where the only thing that they really need to do is like decrease their stress levels.
Exactly.
And that's going to fix like 90% of stuff.
Exactly.
Like it's craziness, man. It's not always just about a different injectable or a different pill. Sometimes you just need to fix your fucking life.
Exactly. And then there's genetic variables, where some people are maybe prone to earlier, lower tests or menopause a little earlier. Yeah. There's just so many different variables, and getting with someone like Premier and getting blood work done, it's going to give you that peace of mind, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't know what's happening inside your body.
Absolutely.
There may be some outliers, there may be some symptoms, but for the most part, if your cholesterol is out of whack and it's in a dangerous area, I mean, you're not going to have any symptoms. Yeah. Your blood pressure, that's another one. Yeah. Guys that hop on gear, or if you're not on gear, you should always check.
A ton too, and like getting hella weight, hella quick. Like your body's like, what the fuck is going on?
I put on like 9 to 10 pounds a year. That's it. Some guys are bumping up 30 pounds in a year. That's all good and all, but 1, you're pushing a lot of drugs. 2, you're pushing a lot of food. And 3, you're obviously training hard, and that's not all healthy either. So all that adds up and it stacks up, and at the end of the day, all of us, we should be trying to live the longest life we can, right? When it gets into this realm of bodybuilding, once you get into the dark side per se, but you have to start looking at things differently. Like, do you want kids? Yeah. Do you want to have a wife? Yeah. Do you want to live to see your sister or get married? Or
do you want your fucking dick to work when you're 40?
And that's a huge thing too, though, because a lot of men now are starting to be, I guess, woken up to the fact that you can get HRT and it's healthy, because the stigma still to this day is that testosterone is bad for you. I mean, I've heard... Dude,
testosterone is a god gene. Or god hormone, excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't want to say testosterone makes everything better, but it kind of does.
It can.
Yeah. Like, if your test is low, testosterone makes every aspect of your life better.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And that's what I was saying, like, just overall well-being. Yeah. I mean, taking a client I had that... he had test levels of an 80-year-old man, and all he got put on was 100 milligrams. That was it. 100 milligrams a week, and he feels amazing. He's making progress in the gym. The cool thing about Premier too is, it's not just test. They could take care of females. Yeah. They have different things that you could take as well. I won't list them all, but it's all on their website. Free consultation, depending on the time of year. But I think more people need to be looking at their long-term health and not be afraid to get that blood work done, because you never know. I mean, my dad, for example, you know my dad, he never knew he had low test.
Yeah.
He went and got tested, low test, got prescribed it.
Life's a million times better.
Life's a million times better.
Yeah. And one more thing, guys, just to clarify, I've never worked with this company. I trust Joe. Like, this dude vets the shit out of everything that he works with. You don't like work this hard with shitty information, basically. But one more thing, just to kind of caution, because I know a lot of people are going to hear this and go, well, okay, I'm going to get some blood work done with my doctor. I had a client get their blood work done, and it was in the low 200s, which is like normal when you're in like your 60s.
Yep.
And he is in his early 20s. And his doctor told him it was normal.
No, yeah.
So really, truly, like, finding someone who actually specializes in hormones to actually ask these questions and really get that true understanding. I mean, like, just calling it what it is. You know, you're not going to talk to a pediatrician about cancer. No. That's not their specialty. Exactly. If you're getting your blood work done to check your hormones, talk to a fucking hormone specialist. Exactly. Boom. Anyway, Joe, appreciate it.
Hey, always, man.
And their name one more time. Premier Hormone Health?
Premier Hormone Health, yep.
And at Joe Nelson 33?
Joe Nelson 3030.
3030, okay. Yep. And then Andrew PFM. So until next time, guys, we'll see y'all later.
Thanks, guys.
Did you like this clip? Did you like getting that question answered? Do you have a question that you want answered? Well, boy howdy, by golly, have I got the way for you. It's wherever you're viewing this at right now. Go ahead and shoot me a DM, guys. Let me know that question that you've got. Let me know the question that you haven't gotten answered yet. And I'll make sure to crank that out for you. So until next time, guys, my name's Andrew with Pride. We'll see y'all later.